You are now entering Night Storm Nation.
All I have to say is this.
Tell the people.
If you are one of those people
Divorce.
that have been put down all of your life,
Infidelity.
beat up and trapped in a pit of woe,
Depression.
it is time for you to stand up with the Night Storm Nation, because we aren't going anywhere.
I'm YG Nightstorm, the man not afraid to be transparent, as I help real people with real issues. And my co-host is my queen, my stunningly gorgeous wife.
This is Toby George Nightstorm. Got a stutter going on there this morning. I'm the woman not afraid to tell the truth about how things really are, and this is Nightstorm Radio. Radio gone real because we are you.
Yeah, now Nightstorm Nation, if you're in the ATL, if you want to call in at 404-355-8699, please do so. And to all the Nightstorm Nation members around the country, call in at 1-866-923-2860 and find out more about us, the Nightstorms, at nightstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. And you can also listen to our show from the Talk Radio page of the website as well. And also on Love860.com.
That's right. And if you can't get to a computer at 11 a.m. on Thursday mornings and you can't get to your radio or you can't hear it clearly, whatever the case may be, there are no excuses. You need to pull out that phone just like you do the text and go to iHeartRadio, Tunein Radio, on iRadionow to the Talk Radio section, Love 860, and find us there anywhere you are. We're right there with you.
Yeah, that's right. So what's on tap for today, baby?
Well, first, I want to let our wonderful Night Storm Radio listeners know that if they love going to the Renaissance Festival, they can't wait for those big turkey legs. If they can't wait to dress up and fight in the old tournaments of the day, or if you've never had that experience,
like producer Jared.
I like me never had that experience, and I would like to go to the Renaissance Festival. Guess what? Yeah. We have your tickets right here. You can hit us up on Twitter at Nightstorm Radio, or Facebook at Nightstorm Radio, or go to nightstorm.com, as YG said, NYGHTSTORM.com, and let us know, hey, I want to go to the Renaissance Festival, and we got your tickets right here.
They want to be some knights fighting orcs and the bad guys and the dragons. And
with a big turkey leg in the other hand.
Yeah, you can clock somebody over the head with a turkey leg.
That's a weapon.
And it'll be all good. They will love every minute of it.
Hit somebody and take a bite.
There you
Works for me. Now, as far as what we're talking about today, YG, we're going to get back to nature, and we're going to talk about healing ourselves naturally. We're going to talk about women out there expressing their beauty naturally with natural products. And we have two great guests today that's going to come on and tell us how we can do more of that.
Okay, so nothing artificial about today's show, huh, baby?
Not at all. We always keep it real right here on Nightstorm Radio.
All right, so let's get this party started, shall we, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, Nightstorm Nation, we have a letter here. Right here from our Nightstorm Nation listener. And Nightstorm Nation, if you want to do that, then you can also send us your letters at the Nightstorms at nightstorm.com. That's the NYGHTSTORMS at nightstorm.com, which is where you can go to send us emails aside from the contact page on nightstorm.com. So the letter, my queen, goes as, you ready?
Go ahead, I'm ready.
All right, it says, Dear Nightstorms, I discovered your show a couple of weeks ago, and I must say I like what you folks are doing and what you are talking about, and I have been a loyal listener ever since.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Now, I am writing you because I was listening to one of your shows the other day, and it was talking about pain. Now, let me first say I am a man. And as a man, I'm not too quick to go running to the doctors and carry on about this hurts and that hurts, or be taking a bunch of pills. I do the same thing. I do. Now, I have been working hard all of my life, and pain is just part of life as far as I see it. However, what did interest me was the lady was talking about different techniques that could be done to heal your body with taking a bunch of medicine and so forth. And I would like to know more about that.
That's right. So he don't want to take a bunch of medicine.
No, he don't. He don't.
Right.
Now, thank you so much for what the two of you are doing every week to help the community, and I look forward to hearing your answers. Sincerely, James. Thank you, James. We appreciate that letter because, sweetheart, you know me. I'm a dude, and dudes, we never get lost. Okay, and if we did get lost, we did it on purpose.
That's right.
You
It's
know,
all in your head.
That's right. I wanted to see the scenic route, baby.
That's right.
And I meant to do this.
Ah,
Ain't
okay.
that right? And our producer Jared is nodding his head. Yes.
As long as you got gas money, I don't care.
We did it on purpose, and if we did run out of gas, we just testing our dexterity on how we walk to the gas station and come back as a hero. Exactly, man. Also,
And I know as far as this medicine goes, with you
yeah,
and my son-in-law
yeah,
and my boys,
yeah.
y'all have to be on the floor crying
Yeah.
before you take a Tylenol.
Yeah, even after we come back from the gym, I come back from the gym and I'm sore. I don't want to admit it. I ain't trying to take no pills because I honestly don't like to take a bunch of artificial stuff because I know the side effects of this artificial stuff. I don't like it, sweetheart. And honestly, Nightstorm Nation, I'm afraid to take pills. You know, I'm a guy. We don't do that. So what you think, baby?
I think if it hurts, being a female, make it stop hurting. We done been through menstrual cramps and childbirth.
I won't know nothing.
You know
about
what?
that.
That's enough for me.
Yes, ma'am.
And whatever Tylenol or whatever's available, I'm right there. Advil or leave, whatever.
Well, see, y'all got common sense.
Well,
Well, anyway, now I know we have.
I don't even go so far as to say guys don't have common sense. I think that y'all just want to tough it out. You know what I'm saying? As long as you possibly can until you hit the flow and say, please.
Now, I don't beg much.
Anyway,
we are experts at this, but it's always good for us to have other experts on as well. Ain't that right, my queen?
That's true.
So, Jared, if you can cue that music, please, and I can introduce our expert properly, please, sir, in my British accent. Yes, now Nightstorm Nation, we play 5-Star Chick because this young lady is a 5-star chick. Ain't that right, my queen?
That's right, she is.
All right, our first guest has studied alternative healing modalities for more than 20 years. She helps her clients create a practice of meditation, prayer, breath work, gratitude, awareness, and self-love. She is a radio show host, and her workshops offer private and group coaching programs of empowerment that are both fun and interactive. She is a perpetual student and teacher of Happy is the Way, a simple way to go within and witness the happiness that already exists and how it can be readily tapped into. So, ladies and gentlemen of Nightstorm Nation, it is my honor, privilege, and pleasure to welcome to Nightstorm Radio, Reverend Lisa Giroux. Yeah!
Wow.
Good morning.
Good morning. Infinite love and gratitude. That is the best intro yet. Thank you so much to the both of you. And I am just delighted to be here with you chatting about some of my favorite topics. Mother Earth, connection, simplicity, and love.
I'm right there with you, Reverend. I want to welcome you to Nightstone Radio and ask you, what is simple practice?
Yeah.
Well, Toby and YG, what I share with my students and clients is a way of simplifying life. And I believe that one of the greatest ways to enhance and improve our life is through a practice of stillness, silence, and meditation and prayer. And so the simple practice that I share with my clients and students too, because sometimes we think of, to meditate, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't see the benefit. So I break it down and make it super easy, and we just set an intention to have 3 90-second periods throughout the day of where we stop, we breathe, we recognize we're breathing, and we take that breath into our body, and we recognize the divine that just is. And we hold that frequency, that vibration, that communion for 90 seconds, 3 times a day. And that really begins to give us that moment, and it is just a moment, of communing with Source, Divine, God, the Christ consciousness, however you language it, and that begins to expand for us. So what I love to share is that first thing in the morning, just as you're coming into consciousness, we begin to mantra, just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for this breath in my body. Thank you for my beloved laying next to me. Thank you for our health, our marriage, our business, our children, whatever it is. And then as that kind of tones down that what we perceive as anxiety a lot of times in the morning, and it brings about that wash of gratitude that really is a benevolent energy frequency. And then as we wake up and we put feet flat on the floor and we sit there, hands in prayer position, and we just breathe, and we allow the consciousness, God, Source, Universe, the Divine to wash through us, and we hold a frequency for success for the day. So we see, if we have children, our children getting up, getting dressed, getting on their way, our beloved getting up, getting dressed, getting on the way. And as we're moving out there on the earth plane, we have already set an intention to be protected, to be effective, to be directed in all that we are choosing to do. And then what we do is after we hold that frequency for 90 seconds, first thing in the morning, we then jump up and we begin to enjoy our day with a huge glass of water. So that's part of our simple practice is hydration. And then we move out there onto the earth plane, and at some point we excuse ourselves from our day. We could even be sitting in our desk and just go into that still, silent place again and say, wow, so far so good. Thank you, beings of love and light. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Thank you to whomever we are communing with. And then we're saying we will be returning safely home in the evening, and again in the evening. Usually after dinner, before bedtime, we then say, thank you for allowing us to be home safe. Thank you for protecting us. Thank you for allowing us to hit all the marks today. And I'm feeling fantastic, and I'm nourishing myself fully. And so
now,
that
how do you
is,
keep your mind from wandering off?
well, the mind will wander.
Exactly.
Oh, Toby, don't worry about that. The mind is going to wander. The mind is like a playful child or a little puppy, or as some teachings, we call it the playful monkey. And we just look at it. We're witnessing those thoughts, but we're not reacting to those thoughts. So often in times people are, I couldn't possibly because my mind wanders. My mind is thinking. The mind is meant to think. But what happens when we begin to flex the muscle of our stillness or our meditation practice, however you want to call it, is we begin to have these, like I call them, I'm not a very good golfer, but you would have like one good shot that would keep you going back to the golf course, or that one moment of clarity, and it's like, and all the angels are singing, and then you're like, oh my gosh, that was it, and the mind begins again, and we just go back to breath, and we become the witness to those thoughts. When we witness our thoughts, we're not as attached to them, and they keep us in this frequency of peace of mind and well-being, and that's what I'm passionate about.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, now, Reverend Giroux, I want to say this to you, because when you started talking, you have a certain tempo on how you speak. And if I can sit here and simulate your tempo real quick, because it's very important when you talked about peace of mind, and even when the mind is wandering, the way how you were talking brings an ease and a sense of peace of mind when you are speaking. And one thing, when you're talking that way, you start breathing in a certain tempo and a certain pattern. And I noticed that because you kind of brought the energy to a smooth, cool place. So, why, ma'am, is peace of mind so important?
Well, I believe, YG, that it is our greatest challenge each day. And I do believe that if we are going to have peace on earth, it begins with a peace of mind practice.
Yes, ma'am.
And it is creating, tapping into the already created frequency of peace that does exist, that we have most of us are vibrating below that. So if we cannot cultivate peace of mind for ourselves, if we cannot command peace in our homes, if we cannot command peace in our schools and in our workplaces, then how on earth are we ever going to command it back onto this planet? So it is my greatest calling to ask and to command that people take back their power and say, for myself, for this moment in time, I am being peace.
Now, wow, I'm kind of lolling off here. Wow.
That's some good, easy stuff right there, man.
Needs a Sade playing while she talks. But we're about to come up on the break in about 3 minutes. But before we go to the break, I want to ask you, Reverend.
I'm feeling good.
Why is hydration important? You know what you said? After we have our 90 seconds and we hop up to get ready to start our day first thing in the morning, we want to drink a big glass of water. So in this 2.5 minutes or so before we go to break, why is it important for us to stay hydrated?
Oh, Toby, it's such a great question. We are choosing to breathe better. Breath is our first nourishment, our most important thing. We don't go very long without breath, so we're making it high-quality breath. Our second most important feature of nourishment is hydration. There's a great book called You're Not Sick, You're Thirsty. And what hydration does is it sweeps away, it flushes away all the gunk in our system. And we have a lot of emotional gunk, we have a lot of physical gunk, we have a lot of spiritual gunk, we have a lot of mental gunk that gets stuck, and that stickiness begins to ring and ping for us and cause us lack of ease or dis-ease in our body, our minds, and our spirit. So we take our water and we can supercharge our water and we flush that away. And it brings the body back to homeostasis. It brings the body back to balance, and it gives us a better perspective. We can't really think well if all of this gunk is ringing and pinging in us. It is one of the most delightful, delicious challenges we can give ourselves. We will digest better. We will have less headaches. We will feel more fluid and flexible because our body is mostly fluid. And when we supercharge our water with things like, I'm going to drink this water and this water represents my peace practice, we are then reverberating outward because the planet, too, is mostly water. So like the inside, so like the outside. So we want to witness and recognize what Mother Earth teaches us, what the original texts were teaching us, which was to really nourish and nurture body, mind, spirit. Hydration, hydration, hydration.
Now, I like how you broke that down, especially when you talking about the original text, because the philosophy of the old ones was of one with nature, one with mind, one with God. And water played a vital role. And I love how you eloquently broke that down, ma'am, and brought it home. But we are going to continue with this peace movement after the break. We are
light some incense, honey, and get the bong and turn the lights down and get in our chakras.
Yeah,
there you go.
We are rocking with Dr. Lisa Giroux, and you are here on NYGHTSTORM Radio on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station, and we are going to welcome you back in to the peace movement after the break. You ever been so depressed to where you want to hurt yourself because life has been unkind, unfair, and unforgivable? Folks done hurt you and thrown you away? Yeah, I know, because I was there too, until I read this book by NYGHTSTORM called All Action No Talk. This dude has been there, man. He understands us. He was homeless, abused as a child, abandoned by his dad, and even his oldest son passed away. I'm encouraged because if this dude can make it,
so can I, and so can you. So check it out at NYGHTSTORM.com, NYGHTSTORM, and know that you have the strength to change your life despite adversity, like him, like me, like you.
Hey, you, guy or gal that's listening, are you enjoying the night storms? Good! If you want the 411 on me, YG Night Storm,
And me, Toby George Night Storm, a.k.a. Lady Night Storm, visit nightstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. Check out our informative blogs, videos, and see what Night Storm Nation is doing to benefit the community. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
thanks again for listening to the Night Storms on Night Storm Radio every Thursday at 11 a.m. to noon on Love 860 a.m. Atlanta's inspirational station. We are you.
Hi everyone, it's me, Lady Night Storm, and have I got news for you. Want to know how to keep up with us and what we're doing in the community? It's easy. Just like us on Facebook at Night Storm Radio. Follow us on Twitter at Night Storm Radio and become part of the Night Storm Nation mailing list at nightstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM. Keep up with all our promotions, contests, and latest happenings. Night Storm Radio. We are you.
You are now rocking with the Night Storms on Atlanta's inspirational station, Love 860 AM WAEC. Now back to the show.
We are back, and we are speaking with alternative healing expert Reverend Lisa Giroux. And if you would like to call in and ask a question, please do. The number here is 404-355-8699 and nationwide 866-923-2860. Now, Reverend, were you listening in when we were reading our letter from our listener? And as you can hear, he's the usual guy that I've run across. Don't like to take medicine. Don't want to get involved in all this, that,
Guys
and the other.
like me, Reverend. I'm sorry.
It's just, it is what it is. It hurt. It'll stop in a minute. So how can we let go of our old beliefs, and why is this important? Or how can we heal ourselves? He wanted to know how we can heal ourselves without taking a bunch of medicine and going to the doctor.
I'm all ears.
Well, infinite love and gratitude to the journey that each of us is on. And when we begin to, we all have a longing and a nudging, a calling, a purpose that we've become very distracted by other technologies, television, radio, infinite love and gratitude to radio, our wonderful technology that allows us to have this communing today. However, so many of us have put our trust and our faith only out there. When we choose, when we recognize and remember that we have free will, each of us gets to choose every single day on how we are now going to be, we keep it very simple. And we begin with that practice of breath work each and every day, hydration each and every day, nourishment with high-quality food to the degree that we can afford, the best food that we can, and we bless it. And then we begin to say, how can I find a new way? We live in a question. We're not necessarily saying this is the answer, because the answer is really different for each of us. These are tools and technologies and techniques that I share to help my clients and my students get to a place of where then they are changing their frequency, changing their thoughts. We get the mind right, the body gets into alignment, and we open up to a whole realm of information that has been subdued, buried, not available to us because we've only bought into what we are being bombarded by. So I will take a breath here. And as each of us just chooses to take a breath, and if it's safe for us to do so, we just kind of close our eyes and we go within and we go to that place where we have discomfort. We go into that space and we breathe all of our love and our light into that place. So often when we have pain, we're in resistance. We go, oh, my aching knee, what a pain in the neck you are. We language that way. And what that is doing, because the immune system, the body, the source is always listening to us, and it is only giving us what we are commanding it.
Mm-hmm.
So when we just breathe into that place, it begins to free up. And then I tell you what, Lord and Lady Nightstorm, absolutely truth. The information will come to you that will be correct for you.
Yes, ma'am.
I love to share or have people share, the perfect book will fall off the shelf and open to the right page that will talk about things like white willow, Sammy, greens, alkalizing the body to bring it back in so that the gunk that is causing this pain can be freed up.
Yes, ma'am.
That was the simple answer.
Okay, and I know what you're saying. I know it can be controversial to some folks, but I want to say this just as a person who believes in mind over matter and speaking things as to what they are, because when you speak things out in the universe, there is a strong capacity of it coming true. And it says this even in the old biblical text and in all different sorts of religious texts throughout the generations, that speaking is power and belief is power. And as a weightlifter, ma'am, just to put some practical use to this, as somebody who lifts weights all the time, I felt that I was limited on a certain amount of weight that I could and could not lift. And then when I went in and I bench pressed 500 pounds or I leg pressed 1,400 pounds, once I said, I know I could do this, I actually went and did it. And now I could do it like it's nothing. And people look at me in the gym like, how do you do this? I say, really, it's not about my strength. It's about my belief and what I believe that I can do. And I'm only limited to my own thoughts. So the things that you're saying, I know it's not for everybody, but as a person who practices that philosophy, I want to say that it is very concrete. And speaking of that, and speaking of books, because, ma'am, you have an ebook that's out there called The Simplicity of Spirituality. And where you break this stuff down, for us noobs out there to understand just how easy it is to get yourself aligned right, get your mind right, get your body right, so your life can be right. So can you kind of break down your ebook, The Simplicity of Spirituality, ma'am?
Oh, I would love to. It's my signature program, and we imagine that we're building a spiritual house, and we're recognizing the importance of belief and the shifting. And what is a belief? A belief is just a thought that we hold for a long period of time. So if any of this even sparks a tiny bit of resonance for you, you can then begin to open up a whole new realm for yourself by saying, infinite love and gratitude to those who taught me this way, but I am now shifting into a new way. And so the foundation of our spiritual house would be this communion practice of breath work that we talk about in simple practice. The first pillar is gratitude. We recognize that if the only prayer we ever say is thank you, it is enough. And I encourage people that if they are in a place where they're feeling sticky and icky about anything or anyone, that they just begin to mantra, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, until that passes. The second pillar is what I call the relationship of oneness, where we move to a place of loving ourselves first, recognizing we cannot love or be loved by anyone else until we love and forgive ourselves first. And there are simple tools there of incorporating that practice. The third pillar would be recognizing the universal laws, how these laws work, and that they are always working on our benefit. So whether we're saying, I can lift 500 pounds or I can't lift 500 pounds, that is what you will have based upon your belief. And then the fourth pillar of our foundational practice is seeing the sacred in everyone. We are recognizing that all hearts are broken. We are recognizing that all hearts have a great capacity to heal and become even more capable of love. And that we are holding a space and a place in our hearts for all of our fellow travelers. And I want to encourage everyone to be moving out there from their heart place and smiling at each other and offering the kindness of opening a door for someone and looking into each other's eyes and saying, hey, friend, I know that you have a broken place within you, and I'm holding that frequency and vibration for you to heal yourself. As I continue to heal myself, we heal the planet. One breath, one heartbeat, one moment in infinite possibilities at a time.
Wow. I like you.
I like you. Well, I like you too. Thank you so very much. I'm just thrilled to have been able to be here and share this. As you can tell, I'm a bit passionate.
Oh, definitely.
About this work.
And I'm sure that if I like you and YG likes you, that our Night Storm Radio listeners, who we refer to as Night Storm Nation, is getting into what you're saying and feeling, picking up what you put now.
I'm feeling good.
How can people find out more about you, Reverend?
They can go to the website, www.lisagiroux.com, and they can download their free copy of The Simplicity of Spirituality. It's a little workbook. I'm a simple girl. I like simple things, so it has pictures. It has a lot of pictures, and some of these not so easy, but very simple, accessible tools for just opening up to some infinite possibilities, beginning to just make that shift. Or if they would like, they can email me at lisagiroux.com, and if they put Night Storm Nation in the subject line, they will get a free 30-minute little mini tune-up, I like to call it. I call it micro meditation, so we kind of do similarly what we did on the radio show today, where I'm holding a frequency and a vibration of peace of mind and well-being, so that they can just have that tiny feeling for themselves, and that becomes the mustard seed. And we all know about the mustard seed and the infinite potential of the acorn and the oak tree, or the mustard seed, and how that expands for us. We're now putting our attention on what we really want and what's wonderful and working in our lives, and looking at the rest as an opportunity to be grateful for our journey. No matter how twisty, windy, bloody our road may have been, this moment in time is how we make that shift.
Yes, ma'am. I just want to personally thank you so much for joining us here on Night Storm Radio, Reverend Giroux, and we appreciate you, ma'am. Many, many blessings to you, ma'am, to not just to you, but to your family and to your business. And please feel free to stop back by here anytime, ma'am. You have yourself a wonderful, peaceful day, ma'am.
Ditto, right back to you both. Infinite love and grace.
Thank you, ma'am. Woo! All right. Night Storm Nation. I hope you enjoyed our discussion with Reverend Giroux and Giroux. Excuse me. I mean, I'm feeling so good I can't even pronounce my words right. My apologies, ma'am. And next up, in our discussion about doing things the natural way, we move now to how the ladies out there can have a beauty regime that is chemical-free, man.
Now, that is something that I know a lot of us women want to know more about. I like my makeup. I got my own little carousel.
You don't really need no makeup. You got that natural beauty.
Yeah, but I like to make it pop more.
Whatever you want, baby. I look at you. You pretty in the morning when you wake up. You're pretty when you go to sleep. I even look at you when you're sleeping.
Wow, that's kind of creepy.
Stalker.
Yeah.
Stalker.
Anyway.
Stalker.
So, but there are women out there who like to forego the makeup, and they still need to take care of their skin and keep it looking good and feeling good. Now, the thing is, though, you're very hard-pressed to pick up a product and see the stuff that's plastered all over the magazines and billboards, all the major beauty aids out there and stuff. And when you turn it over and look at the bottle, it's a laundry list of ingredients that seems like it came out of Dexter's laboratory.
No, right? I mean, now, this is commonplace, but I understand that, our next guest is going to help you ladies with this particular issue. Ain't that right, my queen?
Yes, she is. So, Jared, if you'd be so kind, sir, to cue that music so we can introduce this young lady to Night Storm Nation, I'd appreciate it.
Oh, yeah!
That's it.
Night Storm Nation! If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Get it, my queen!
Our next guest is an independent beauty and wellness consultant with Airborne International. She brings beauty and empowerment into the lives of women by helping them look and feel younger, healthier, and more beautiful. Her company uses chemical-free natural products that are as good for your skin as they are for their appearance. So, Night Storm Nation, please help me welcome to Night Storm Radio a young lady who is all about beauty and wellness for the entire body. The one, the only, Miss Donna Lotts.
Yeah!
Thank you. I'm proud to be here.
Thank you, Donna.
All right, welcome to Night Storm Radio, Donna.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, now let's get into this. Now, the queen and I have been talking about natural stuff, feeling good, bringing peace of mind. But I want to know is this thing. What should we be doing, and even us fellas, because I know a lot of this is going to be very, very, lady related, but it's a lot of fellas in the Night Storm Nation listening. So what should we be doing for our skin at this point in time in the year, in the spring, ma'am?
Well, I think one of the most important things is moisturizing and getting rid of that tired, dry, and scaly winter skin. We want to revitalize and renew and regain that healthy glow. And no matter whether your skin is dry, oily, sensitive, you shouldn't skip the moisturizing step in your skincare routine. I know I was guilty of that myself. I think, well, if I have oily skin, then I don't want to put more cream on it. That's going to make it oilier. And that is definitely not true. Your skin, whether it's oily or not, needs to be moisturized daily. And if you leave that step out, it might quickly cause redness or flaking, and in time it can allow wrinkles and other aging signs to show up on your skin earlier than you otherwise may have had. And also, if you have sensitive skin or a skin condition, moisturizing regularly might help ease some of the irritation. And you want to moisturize with a lotion that is not petroleum-based, and that is very, very important. There are so many products out there with ingredients in it that we don't understand, and a lot of them are petroleum. They have petroleum derivatives in them, and that is definitely something we don't want to slather motor oil all over our body.
Exactly. And the jar is not going to say motor oil. It's going to say some hydroxychloroquine, some zone. And we're like, whatever, man. They said it works, slap it on. So, but how can women that are going through menopause, and I'm approaching that lovely stage of life.
No, not you, my queen.
Yes.
No.
Yes, I am. And how can we help our skin be more supple inside and out?
Well, there's different ways, different things that we can do. Our body, going through menopause, our skin gets dry and wrinkles start coming out because we produce less estrogen, and that dries out our skin. It becomes dry and flaky and cracked. So we need to drink plenty of water. That helps to replenish the lost moisture. And using vitamins and progesterone as well as estrogen creams can help lock in the moisture and keep the skin from becoming dehydrated. And also our skin starts thinning as our estrogen slowly decreases, and it produces less collagen and elastin, which causes the wrinkling and the sagging. It needs the collagen and elastin in order to remain firm and supple. Some other things, to smooth the skin and freshen the skin, we can focus on smart fats, which are essential fatty acids like omega-3s, found in salmon, walnuts, eggs, sardines, soy, safflower oil, and flax. They can help produce your skin's oil barrier, and it's vital in keeping your skin hydrated. A diet short on these body-boosting fats can leave skin dry, itchy, and prone to acne. And most of us have a diet that is low in omega-3s.
Okay. Well, we're going to get more into this conversation because we're starting to talk about our nutrition and everything else that we put inside of our bodies. And we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to discuss more of making sure our skin looks and feel good for ourselves and possibly even our significant others. Here on Night Storm Radio on Love 860 AM, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station.
To all event planners, are you worried that your next corporate get-together is going to be boring?
Then invite the Night Storms to speak at your next event and electrify your organization as we break down how to grow your business, fix broken relationships, and conquer life challenges.
So make your next event epic. Invite me and the Queen to rock the house with inspirational techniques designed to empower individuals and maximize their true potential.
And thanks for listening to Night Storm Radio on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational station.
We are you.
This is Toby George Nightstorm, a.k.a. Lady Nightstorm, and I'm known as the woman not afraid to tell the truth about how things really are. And the truth I have to say to you is you should listen to Nightstorm Radio every Thursday from 11 to noon. And you should also like us on Facebook at Nightstorm Radio. Follow us on Twitter at Nightstorm Radio. And join the Nightstorm Nation mailing list on nightstorm.com. That's NYGHTSTORM.com. Night Storm Radio on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station. We are you.
This is YG Night Storm. And why should you listen to Night Storm Radio? Because we relate to you or someone you know with topics taken directly from our lives. Every time you tune in, you'll hear a discussion about real subjects that affect real life. Why? Because me and the Queen have been there. So join us right here every Thursday morning from 11 to noon on Love 860 AM WAEC, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station. Night Storm Radio. We are you.
Hello, Night Storm Nation. This is Toby George Nightstorm, a.k.a. Lady Nightstorm, and I have a question for you. How much are you spending each day on lunch? $6, $7, $10 even? Do you know that for less than what you spend each week on lunch, you can advertise your business or service right here during the show on Night Storm Radio? Why don't you inbox us on Facebook, send us a message on Twitter, or drop us a line at nightstorm.com. Let us show you how you can get your business or service out in front of the people. Now back to the show.
We are back, and we are speaking to beauty and wellness consultant Ms. Donna Lotts. And ma'am, I want to say this because just like Reverend Giroux, when she went off and she called us Lord and Lady Nightstorm. So in my British accent, I'm going to ask you this question. As Jared my producer, holds his head down and my queen is looking at me crazy, I'm going to do this. Now, madam, since summer is right around the corner for us, are there any tips and tricks for the lords and ladies out there for our skin that with their makeup we should know about, ma'am, to help us feel good, Lord, and do things proper for the summer? Ha ha.
Yes, I love that.
Right? She said I did it good. Did I do my British accent right, ma'am?
It was wonderful.
See, now, Jared, take that. Toby, take that. Now, you proceed, madam,
She's
and
a great
explain
guest.
to
That's
us
what that is.
about lying to YG Nightstorm or how good I am. You go ahead, ma'am.
Bye, George. I think you've got it.
All right, there. Chipper.
Yes. One thing that I'm really fond of is exfoliating scrubs for the body and facial deep cleansing masks to again remove that dry skin and the impurities to leave your skin looking bright and vibrant. It's kind of like a spring cleaning for the body. And also you want to use a foundation with a sunscreen with at least an SPF of 15 to prevent skin damage. you probably need a different shade for each season because our skin gets a little darker in the summer. And another little trick that I like, you can apply your foundation on your eyelids, your lips, and into your neck for a more natural look. And it's also a good setting for the eyeshadow and lipstick. It helps it stay on longer. Mm-hmm. And for a clear complexion, sometimes all we need is a tinted moisturizer. That will give us a natural glow, a natural look. You can also apply loose translucent powder with a large cosmetic brush to set your foundation and keep it from running in the hot and humid weather. And also sometimes that's a problem with mascara as well. For dry skin, you can apply a light moisturizer before you put on your foundation. A powder foundation is ideal for oily skin and will help reduce the shine. And you can also use a concealer for nasty blemishes and then just pat lightly with a pressed powder. Mm-hmm. And one little trick here, I think most ladies don't think of this, and I love this. After application, you can go outside or near a window to check for blunders, because sometimes we don't get the foundation rubbed in or the makeup. We may miss a spot or just have some caking, something like that.
Exactly. And then people are staring at you and they see it and won't say nothing to you.
Yeah.
And you're sitting here like, okay, they're really interested in what I have to say when they're staring right past you at that spot that you missed or that you got caking on. Now, I love...
Wait a minute, my queen. Ask her in your British accent. I dare you.
Do not have a British accent.
Jared, I got $5 that she cannot do a British accent better than me. Ask her in your British accent.
Oh, my goodness. We're not even... Oh, my goodness.
I dare you.
What about spa treatments? Now, I like going, I've been treated to the spa by, YG a couple of times. I enjoy it myself, but it's getting to be in the news lately that they're not very sanitary. Now, how can we be safer customers?
You cheated.
Honey, I'm
you
Georgia
didn't finish
Peach.
In your British accent.
They don't have a Georgia Peach accent, except for the one I'm using, y'all.
Okay, go ahead and answer the question. My wife is trying to jump off the boat right now, but go ahead, ma'am.
That's great. I love it. Well, I would say, first of all, sanitation is a huge concern. We can certainly do in-home spa treatments. Mm-hmm. You can do this individually or with a group of friends, get some girls together and have a girls' day out, do nails, foot spa treatments, facials, makeovers, whatever you like. Mm-hmm. Also, you can take a tour of the facility. Keep your eyes open for any red flags that would indicate unsanitary conditions. Look at the wet rooms and the shower drains. They should be clean and free of hair. Mm-hmm. You want to look to see how implements are cleaned between uses. Mm-hmm. And also look at the wet rooms and body treatment rooms. If it's not scrupulously cleaned, it will show. And if they're using wraps, make sure that they're disposable or completely sanitized after each use. If pedicure and hydrotherapy tubs are used, make sure that they're self-sanitizing or find out how they're sanitized. And really, really look out for double dipping. This is a big no-no. Yeah, this means if the technician would use an implement and take the product out of the container, put it on the client, then they would stick the implement back in the container. That's definitely a big no-no.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I did not hear that correctly. And you know something,
it's like
ma'am.
chips at Super Bowl time.
Hold on now, Donna.
Right,
well, I'm hearing some very disturbing things now. Now, so you're saying it would be more sanitary for, let's say, the queen to invite her friends over to the home and have a spa treatment there, and all the lovely ladies can come, and I could just watch.
Yes. Or you could try, too. You could get you a foot spa treatment or a facial. They're wonderful.
Wow. So I can sit there and join in the spa treatments and getting a facial and getting my feet rubbed with all the lovely ladies of my queen's friends.
And his ego grows.
To be surrounded by the queen and all the beautiful ladies in her circle and come over for, brothers, y'all need to tell your wife
we're going
to
to
listen to Donna Lotts and tell these ladies to come over for a spa treatment because a lot of these places are unsanitary. So that's your excuse to get your wife to call her friends over and you have yourself a good time.
Mm-hmm. Put some red polish on you. Nice flaming red polish.
Okay, now Donna, how can people find out more about you? Because you have enlightened the Nightstorm Nation and you have educated us on a lot of things. So how can folks find out more about you, ma'am?
I am on the internet, and my website is www.ddlots.myarbon.com. And I'm happy to spell anything there, or,
Yeah, spell Arbonne so they make sure they
Okay.
have it.
So, again, it's www.dd, it's 2 D's as in David, Lotts, Lotts, .myarbonne, it's ARBONNE.com.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Now, Donna, I want to tell you first off that we honestly appreciate you coming on and giving your expertise. And I know I joke around with my British accent a lot because my wife dogs me out. Our producer dogs me out. But I like to try.
We don't dog you out. We just
head.
leave the room.
Well, you can't leave the room. We on the air. Now, Donna, I want to say also we appreciate you so much, ma'am, because a lot of folks did not know that these spas, even though they look incredibly posh on the outside, that some of the practices, and not all, but some of the practices are not really up to snuff, and that it is very advantageous for young ladies like the Queen to get her friends to come on over to the house, and us men, we can enjoy it as well. Now, we've come to a portion of the show because you have shown so much love to us, ma'am. This is the portion of the show called the Love Shout-Out segment, where members of Nightstorm Nation send us their love shout-outs and ask us to read them on the air to that special, special someone. So, sweetheart, what you got over there?
Well, we have this young man who wrote us from Michigan.
Uh-huh.
And he says that he loves the show.
Right.
Who'd have thought that?
He loves my British accent.
Oh, Lord, I'm sure that's not one of the things. But at any rate, he loves Samantha. And he wants to tell his girlfriend, Samantha, that she is the love of his life. And he's thinking about her, and he's sending his love to her.
All right, and Nightstorm Nation, Marcy is shouting out her co-workers who helped her celebrate her birthday last week at the Cheesecake Factory. So to everyone from the office that helped to make her birthday special, a special Nightstorm Nation shout out to you. Thank you.
And I want to shout out this craziness sitting next to me.
Uh-huh.
Mr. YG.
Yes, ma'am. Be careful. Donna is still listening. She is still listening. I got witnesses. You better say it right.
I want
sister.
to say thank you for all you do. And like we were said earlier, just keep saying thank you for that British accent that you insist on keep using. Thank you. We appreciate it, Lord.
Yes. And as Donna is a witness, so is Jared and the Nightstorm Nation members that are listening. I want to personally say thank you to you, sweetheart. I love you, baby, for tolerating all of my intuitive speaking techniques. And when I try to get it through on the air, because I can't get it through at home, she'll just knock me out.
Is that your fancy way of putting up with this British accent you keep popping up?
I don't know what you're talking about. Donna, do you have anybody special that you want to send a love shout out to, ma'am?
Oh, yes, my husband, of course. He's wonderful. I love him very much, and he's my rock.
Okay, very good. Now, Jared, I want you to put some headphones on, and we need to talk to you for a second, please, sir. Jared is our awesome, incredible producer that makes this show happen. He makes us sound good, and he makes sure the guests come on, and he makes this show right.
And the music comes on right, and...
Okay, now, Jared, you got any particular shout-outs you want to send out, sir?
Always and forever to my lady, who is at home. Be lovely like she always is. So a couple weeks ago, she helped me with serious stuff that was going on with me.
Right.
And last week, her mother's mother passed away.
Right.
So not only was she helping me through my stuff, she was helping her mother and her family deal with a very serious thing. She's not only is she my rock, she is multiple rocks for multiple people. She is the best, and I love her very much.
Amen to that. And So I want to say this, and Donna is still on, and she's right here with us. We want to spend, Toby and I want to say a special love shout out to you, sir, your family, to your girlfriend, to all the things that you guys are going through together, because life is tough. And that situation is something that's very, very deeply personal. And it's something that many folks cannot recover from. But the fact that you and your girlfriend, your sweetie pie, the rock, the love of your life, stand strong and proud together, we here at NYGHTSTORM Nation want to send a very, very love shout out to you, your family, and pray for many, many strengths and blessings to come, sir.
I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right. Now, Donna, we want to thank you so much also for being on NYGHTSTORM Radio. And Toby and I also want to give a big thanks to Reverend Lisa Giroux for also being a guest on the show. You going to correct me? Go ahead, baby.
Giroux.
I'm so sorry,
I'm just
Lisa.
sitting here laughing.
I'm still lulled by her piece. Now, NYGHTSTORM Nation, thank you so much for listening to NYGHTSTORM Radio, for supporting the show. And next week, our topic will be parenting and making the world a better place. So, Donna, is there anything else you want to send before we exit out, ma'am?
Yes, I did want to mention that later today I'll be posting on my Facebook page a giveaway for the Arbonne products. For every $50 that anyone spends, they get one chance in my giveaway, which is a luxurious detox spa goodie basket. Yes, it's a $100 value.
And what's your Facebook address? Or they just need to look you up on Facebook?
Just look me up on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
all right, now make sure
fine.
when y'all look up on Facebook, you say you know how to speak in a strong British accent and that you represent NYGHTSTORM Nation, because we fly one flag around here, and that is America, British, English, Spanish, French, and anything else our listeners do.
This is a crazy looking flag.
Yeah, we got it all here. We got the Crayola crayon box of flags. But I tell you, we appreciate you, NYGHTSTORM Nation. Anything else you want to say, my queen, the love of my life?
I think you pretty much said it all as
Did I
usual.
really?
Yes.
Yes,
so,
I did.
Until next time,
There you
have
go.
a great week and stay safe. And join us next Thursday at 11 a.m. on your radio, computer, or smartphone. Right here on Love 860 AM, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio station. Why, my dear?
Because, madame, we are you. Take your trinkets and your crumpets, and it's tea time, ma'am. Let's go, NYGHTSTORM Nation. The queen has spoken.